their first 7 games of the year. They've been on the road. They've yet to play a home game. As we are underway, Gators win the opening tap. It's Fleming. Well off the mark early, and this is tapped out of play. Will be Florida basketball.
I often say the hardest rebound is the air ball because it gets to you quicker.
Meanwhile, Fleming, who takes the first shot, has led this team in scoring 2 of the last 3 games. He seemed like a more confident player for the Gators offensively the last week or so. Early post touch here for Castleton. Well, back in on Gresham, a transfer from Houston. Played in the Final Four last year, and Castleton will get 2.
Texas Southern is going to let Gresham play one-on-one in the post against Castleton. Castleton does the right thing, takes his time, gets to the free throw line where he's been much better in the last 2 games.
Double doubles in 2 of his last 3, 14 and 11 against Oklahoma. Mark, the big issue against the Sooners was turnovers, especially in that first half at 10 of their 16 in the opening 20.
Well, the big guys for Florida in terms of Castleton, Felder, and DeRougy, they had 9 turnovers in that Oklahoma game.
And meanwhile, a free throw of note, Mark, 500 career points for Colin Castleton, and he gets it at the free throw line. So right now, an even Steven 500, it's a good place to be. Take a look at the starting 5 for Texas Southern. John Walker is their leading scorer coming into tonight. A Texas A&M transfer, again, a team that has not won this year. They've not played a home game. They're coming off a loss to Louisiana Tech, which was one of their worst performances of the year, according to their head coach, Johnny Jones, in his 4th season. Walker underneath, and it's Gresham with 1 on the timer.
Yeah, somehow Walker, big to big, pretty impressive.
Walker, an A&M transfer. Gresham, transfer from Houston, started his career at UMass. McKissick from the logo, sticks it.
Defender got caught underneath the screen, Gilliam. McKissick made it pay.
McKissick came into this game tonight only a 23% three-point shooter, just his 8th make. As we'll have a charge on the other end, it's McKissick, who's the Energizer Bunny for this team.
And moves back to a starting point guard role tonight. Appleby coming off the bench. I like that because we were here in the exhibition when he comes with all this energy.
And Appleby indeed coming off the bench. So Mark, this is the 3rd different lineup the Gators have played this year. So enter in Fleming in for Appleby.
I'm not sure it matters a whole lot,
right,
Kyle, because Florida doesn't play that many bodies. Everybody's going to get minutes.
DeRougy along 2.
When I asked Mike White who's been his most pleasant surprise, he didn't bat an eye, did he?
Yeah, right to Anthony DeRougy. Certainly no surprise to us in that answer. DeRougy almost averaging double figures through 7 games. Gators coming off a game where they had a season low 67 points in a 7-point loss in a game where offensively they did not perform well, but were able to get to within a possession late. Shot clock dripping down, it's Jones. Walker with 2, and the bailout whistle with 1 to shoot on Fleming.
Poor timing on the foul by Fleming. Tigers had nothing going on the offensive end. Bailout foul.
Texas Southern out of the SWAC. They're picked to win the conference this year. Won an NCAA tournament game last year against Mount St. Mary's, and also they felt they had a good performance against Michigan in the 2nd round, but came up short. Gators again space the floor with 5 out. Castleton bodies in, dances off, tip back from Fleming, no, DeRougy body contorting shot, and Gresham comes away with it.
And if you're going to get an offensive rebound, don't force anything up.
Open look on a 3. Jordan Gilliam buries the tray.
Yeah, Fleming got caught. Couldn't get back in time to help on the closeout. Great find.
Team that is last in the league to start in three-point percentage in the SWAC, as Castleton has the prompt response with a long two.
Now explain to me how a guy struggles shooting free throws and knocks down that shot with confidence.
Walker, the A&M transfer. There's some miscommunication with McKissick and Castleton. Was that shoot around earlier today, and Mark, here you see Johnny Jones in his fourth season. We got a chance to talk with Johnny Jones for a long time at shoot around. He's one of the great characters of basketball, of course. Former head coach at LSU. Went to an NCAA tournament there, a couple of NCAA tournaments at North Texas as well.
Has had a lot of success. I had a chance to ask him, what advice would you give your younger self? He said, control the controllables.
Putback goes in. Underneath the bucket for Justin Hopkins.
You mentioned that schedule that they play, and it's brutal. But in the months of January, February, and March, this team has been dynamite.
Won a SWAC tournament championship last year, the 9th in program history, en route to an NCAA tournament. This goes off the hands of Walker and out of play.
Nice job by Appleby of being disruptive, even though it was on a mismatch.
Well, Appleby won't go down as a starter. Just 4 minutes in, he's on the floor. Coming in for Fleming. Jones and Appleby struggled from the arc against the Sooners. McKissick, give him another. Another three for Brandon McKissick.
That's just great half-court offense. Executing, great find, good spacing. I didn't think the press had very good moments against Oklahoma either. And in that Oklahoma game, Florida had a hard time running ball screens. This is just a great find. When Castleton rolls, he brings the weak side defender with him. Jones finds the skip pass to McKissick. That's wonderful half-court execution.
Gators only 7 assists against Oklahoma, but big reason why, Mark, they only shot 4 of 24 from the arc, really struggled for the game.
And that's why your assist total can be misleading at times. You don't make shots awfully hard to get assists.
Jones can't get the floater to go. Ferocious rebound from Castleton. Also, Felder has come on. Appleby.
Well, that was pretty because the ball went from backcourt to front court without a dribble.
A takeaway. Jones all alone for the lay-in.
That's just good job by Jones, who was denying the ball up top.
7 points already, Mark, off turnovers and a 5-0 spurt out of that official timeout.
Florida really making it hard for Texas Southern to reverse the ball because they are denying the ball on top.
Walker, tough to get a look early. Inside, off the window for Nicholas.
Wow, what a sweet finish with one hand. Acrobatic for a guy 6'9".
Jordan Carl Nicholas, transfer from Stephen F. Austin, started his career in Montana. Kissick the heat check early. Walker off the window.
And that's a poor job in transition defense by Florida because no way can McKissick keep up with Walker down low.
Walker coming off a career year last year, over 12 per game. First year averaging double figures at the college level. Castleton, the rip through, got double. Shot clock waning down. Felder reversal style.
Utilizes the rim as a help protector. Nifty finish.
Walker again, another touch, and he'll get fouled.
Let's go back to the last possession by Florida. Take another look. Felder, spin move, baseline side, and then reverses to the other side of the rim Nice little kiss off the window. One of the keys, I thought, in this early start for Florida this year, they've been really good, and I'm talking about Mike White's team. They've been really good getting out of their press because the press has been effective, but they've been really good at matching up effectively in the half court. That has not been the case here in the first 8 minutes. They're getting mismatched on the half court, falling back out of the press.
Meanwhile, Mark, we've talked before and during shoot-around about how Mike White wants to try and build his depth in that rotation. Only 7 players played against Oklahoma. Felder was the 7th with only 13 minutes, but they want Elijah Kennedy, Kwesi Reeves to get the opportunity, Jatobo, Niles Lane to get the opportunity to play some minutes tonight.
Well, those young guys better understand that if you want to play in the next Oklahoma game, here's where you earn that trust that you're talking about in games like this.
Meanwhile, they're looking at John Walker right now. It's that finger. It's a non-shooting hand for Walker. Meanwhile, for Texas Southern, P.J. Henry, who's been battling with an injury, is in. Appleby and Felder being looked at. Some blood on Felder's jersey, it appears.
Well, you never know when you might need a good cut man in the corner. They've got, he's working on 2 jerseys at once.
Get the tide out. Little tide stick. You know, when I get stains on this beautiful suit, Mark, that's when I need to get the tide stick.
I will say, everybody is talking about your suit tonight.
A lot of people. Rebound underneath goes to Nicholas, and a reset. Here's the aforementioned P.J. Henry. He's the motor for this team offensively. Did struggle against Louisiana Tech.
He's also their 3rd best scorer.
At 21 against BYU. Henry, long 2 with only 2 on the timer.
Took his time, though.
Also played in an NCAA tournament game with Hartford. Played Baylor, first round game. So they have a lot of tournament experience on this roster. You look at Bryson Gresham, their starting center, went to a Final Four with Houston. And all returning players, of course, played in 2 NCAA tournament games last year. This is not your typical 0-7 team. 5 to shoot, Fleming fades and fires in a...
And speaking of Castleton, this is the Gator lineup without him on the floor. So it's almost like DeRougie and Felder, 2 4s on the floor, no 5-man.
Again, Jatobo has played minimal minutes, did not play against Oklahoma, so don't have a true backup to that 5. Here's Henry, again deep in the shot clock. A difficult look, has another long 2.
Yeah, DeRougie gave him just enough room to separate.
I thought they got rid of the long 2 in basketball, Mark. We've seen a lot of it to start.
Well, Texas Southern doesn't shoot a lot of threes. They don't make a lot of threes. They make less than 4 a game.
DeRougie passes up the 3 for the freshman. Well off.
I didn't think Kennedy ever got in shot-ready position. It's almost like the pass to him surprised him. Didn't have his feet set. There's a look at the 3-point shooting.
Gators a 2 of 6 start. Now, Mike White was certainly frustrated after that loss to Oklahoma. And as were the veterans, Flanders Fleming said in the postgame that, that environment maybe to start the year for a lot of these players like Fleming, like a McKissick that did not normally play in those types of environments consistently. Maybe it got the best of them, especially early.
That's 2 fouls on Fleming, so he's done most likely for the half. So Florida will have to play a little shorthanded in the back court, but they do have more bodies back there.
So Fleming and Felder out. DeRougie active hands and a late whistle.
And I get the part about trying to be aggressive after the last game where I think Florida felt like they didn't respond very well to getting punched in the mouth by Oklahoma. But you've got to be aggressive with some basketball IQ. Fouling 40 feet from the basket, that's not the way to do that. And DeRougie now with 2 fouls.
Yeah, so some early foul trouble, and this is certainly a lineup that we've not seen often.
So don't get consumed with making a steal. Get down and play solid D.
Gresham met by Appleby. Over the top, Nicholas with the floater.
I mean, Nicholas is active, isn't he? It's amazing to me he's only averaging 6.3 a game.
Third Division I stop in his career.
And I said that wrong. He's 11 points a game.
As Kennedy has his first points of the night, the freshman. Mark, they've been really impressed with Elijah Kennedy. He has stood out amongst those freshmen that they brought in this year, and that's earned him minutes. McKissick trying to get the takeaway. Henry had it taken away. Gators on a leak out. McKissick bobbles, slices through, got fouled.
What I want you to watch, if we have this, Kyle, is how quickly Castleton gets this ball out. Easy block from behind, but watch the way he looks up immediately and gets that ball out. And that's what led to the numbers. I don't think Appleby's pass was on point. It got deflected, and that kind of slowed down the whole transition opportunity.
And you just take a look at, you mentioned Colin Castleton and what he's done in his time here at Florida. Over 400 of his 500 career points have come here at the University of Florida after playing sparingly with Michigan. That block was a 76 here with the University of Florida. Castleton top 15 in scoring, second in the conference in rebounding, second in blocks. What an outstanding start in the first 7 games of the year. Backdoor feed inside, a two-hand flush for Hopkins.
Nice job of Texas Southern spreading the floor, looking for what the defense gives you. When you are overplayed, go back door.
Appleby finds Felder. Another air ball from deep. Gators now 2 of 7 from the arc. Quick first step and a thunderous finish from Nicholas. Wow. Timeout Florida. Silence here at Exactech Arena.
Nicholas off 2 feet. Had a short guy on him to begin with, but didn't challenge the bigs. Jordan Carl Nicholas with the backdoor first to Hopkins, but then watch this finish. There's the backdoor again. But then Nicholas drives, challenges, elevates, lets him know about it.
That's a grown man finish against one of the top shot blockers in the country. And Colin Castleton creating a poster. Maybe getting a talking to for some extra words after the dunk, but
yeah, that's good officiating. I didn't think there was anything extended there, but the officials are telling him, hey, the next one, we won't be as lenient.
We mentioned on one of our earlier graphics, Texas Southern has led at the half in 4 of their 7 games, and here they are again with a great start. They've hit 10 of their first 16, as this one is thrown too tall of Jones and out of play.
Well, I kind of felt like Jones got held like a wide receiver coming across the middle. No call, no whistle. Turnover.
See the Gators a 7 of 15 start from the floor and just 2 of 7 from deep. At their second turnover.
But you got to be careful about your pressure out on the floor.
Nicholas trying to track it down, saves the over and back, but right to McKissick. McKissick's led the way with 7. Castleton only 3 to start, and they'll say Appleby stepped out. Mark, you were saying before how there's different segments to every season, right? You have the excitement of the start of the year, a game against Oklahoma. For the Gators, they have a game in Brooklyn coming up against Maryland. This could be one of those games, and I know it's weird to say from our vantage point, but the players maybe think differently. Games can maybe fall through the cracks in terms of the details.
I think coaches don't want to admit this, but the season is played in 5, 6, 7 game stretches. And after the newness of the season, here's Jones again with another pick six.
And another slam.
But after the newness wears off, then you get into what I call the mundane part of the season. Now, when you start league play, it's kind of a new season, and it starts all over again.
Carl Nicholas backing in on Castleton.
Blast. Texas Southern out rebounding Florida 11-5.
14-6 edge and points in the paint. Here's Castleton trying to get into the paint. And a slow start. Texas Southern has hit 7 of their last 8 field goals. Another backdoor find, Gilliam. Cutting past McKissick to the bucket.
Yeah, I think Florida right now is so consumed with putting pressure on that they're losing sight of getting beat at the rim.
65% from the floor to start for Texas Southern. Jones limited space.
I'm not sure I like that shot. You could get that shot anytime. Florida a little out of whack on both ends of the floor.
Only 8 to shoot. Again, trying to find Walker. With only one, Walker.
And Florida has not been very good, let's say in the last 7, 8 seconds of a defensive possession.
Appleby pulls from the logo. Again, Mark, another, you have to say, ill-advised shot.
Yeah, it's a no-pass shot in the offense. Otherwise, all you're doing is playing defense every time for 25 seconds. Oh, I was about to say, I thought that was a travel. And Kyle, do you know how bad your traveling has to be for it to be called right now?
Doesn't get called at any level.
It's got to be, yes.
Still no Fleming on the floor. He had a quick 2 personals. Castleton. Gators take another 3 and come up empty. The struggles continue from the arc. The Gators have missed their last 4 shots now, not scored in the last 2.5.
And because you haven't scored, Mike White's team hasn't been able to establish the press. But since it's a dead ball, he sends his Gators down the floor. Trying to spark this offense with a little defense.
Also, the Gators, no DeRougie right now with 2 quick personals.
As well as Fleming.
Yeah. John Jones, the leaner in the lane. Gresham, so strong underneath, 6'9", 240.
Yeah, I'm just curious if Florida at times gets into Castleton watching, meaning they think he's going to get every rebound. Other guys have to help out.
This will be a kick here on Gresham, but did save 2 points as Castleton was wide open underneath, and Kennedy will see more first-half minutes.
And again, that's a pass McKissick's got to make. Castleton was rolling to the basket. The defense was confused. He was wide open.
Substitution for Texas Southern, number 3, DJ Henry.
And if you're Texas Southern, you have to sense there's a lot of excitement on that bench right now. Castleton rises up, got fouled at the apex. We'll get 2 shots.
Well, when you talk about rim protection for Texas Southern with Walker and Gresham, you're talking about 2 high Division I guys.
Yeah.
Because Walker played at A&M. Gresham, as you mentioned earlier, played in the Final Four last year with Houston. And those 2 big guys are rim protectors.
Gresham coming into this game tonight, 83 career blocks. And also trying to set that statement that there's going to be nothing easy at the rim for Castleton tonight.
Substitution for Texas Southern, number 42, Davon Barnes.
David Barnes is in. One of the few freshmen only freshman that has seen minutes this year for Johnny Jones. Bulk of their roster that has seen minutes, all transfers besides Barnes. But again, that's the norm. Felder, strong to the cup.
Nice little reverse pivot there by Felder.
PJ Henry coast to coast, the fend off and the putback for Barnes.
But see, the guards have to cover down there. They have to do some dirty work. Castleton goes for the block. The guard has to rotate down, root out the big guys.
McKissick will call a block. It's a physical opening 16 minutes to this game.
That's a good call because no way was Hopkins in legal guarding position. Watch his feet. In order to be in legal guarding position, your feet have to be planted and you have to be facing the defender.
Castleton, double comes, still able to finish.
A double came one dribble late.
Yeah. Barnes. Gators will run.
And that's where Barnes has got to understand this may not be my shot. Florida top 20 in both the number of attempts they allow at the arc and the percentage of makes at the arc. I don't think that's a big issue in this game.
Toon Gatkick out of piece, newly checked in. Gators will run. And the early foul trouble was a problem for Mike White's team. Maybe a little too physical defensively to start. McKissick will load up. Last touch, Felder.
Again, Texas Southern is going under that handoff at the top of the key, and until Florida makes some shots out there, they're going to keep going under.
Again, a 4 of 24 three-point performance in that 7-point loss in Norman. PJ Henry brings it across. He's been dealing with a leg issue, usually the starter, but coming off the bench tonight.
Now this is where Florida's got to be patient.
Only 3 to shoot. Gilliam a step back. Great defensive trip. Now McKissick. Bulldozes in, whips out Kennedy. Felder will eye and fly, well off. Gatkick charges in.
Well, if you want to earn the trust of your head coach like Gatkick has done, block a shot, get an offensive rebound, you'll get more minutes.
That's what Mike White said earlier today. Again, wanting to build that depth. He said Toon Gatkick would see some first half minutes tonight. See what he can provide this team come towards SEC play, because they're going to have to dig deeper than just 7 on this roster for conference play. Looks like the Gators have buckled out over the last couple trips defensively.
Yeah, and I think they've eliminated the backdoor action and been a little bit more patient late in the possession.
Meanwhile, McKissick out, Appleby in.
One of the cornerstones of good half-court offense, though, is ball reversal. Let's see if Florida does a better job getting the ball from one side of the floor to the other.
Inside for Kennedy. Deterred underneath by Walker. On a leak out.
I saw Appleby go after that. I'm not sure how he missed that.
And Gilliam in transit sticks the 3.
Gilliam now 5 of 10 on the year from beyond the arc.
Ends a scoring drought that was nearing 3 minutes. Appleby finds Toon Gatkick underneath. We'll say this is on the floor. That is the 17th foul, so one in the bonus coming up.
Texas Southern fouls on number 42. Davon Barnes, his first 17th foul.
Toon sight Gatkick goes just by Toon. Came in 172 pounds. They're trying to put some weight on him. JUCO transfer from Trinity Valley Community College in the state of Texas.
Well, if Florida doesn't start doing a better job in the paint, whether we're talking about rebounds or points in the paint, this is going to be close all night long.
Out rebounded by 10 in the first half. See no points in the last 3 minutes. Another backdoor cut. And underneath it's Henry.
I don't know how many times you have to get beat in the same fashion.
This Tiger team came in with a game plan and they've executed it here in the first half. A lot of easy buckets around the rim. Inside the final minute. Gatkick backs in and a charge.
Yeah, it's a smart play by Gilliam. Just kind of anticipated, waited till Gatkick came at him. Take another look, see him create the room. Big guys don't understand, if you want to play post defense, when the ball goes in there, actually get off your man, create space to operate. Nice job by Gilliam. 2-for-1 opportunity for Texas Southern.
Right now a game best lead at 8. Gilliam lost it. Felder, the harassing defense.
Well, remember, Florida has played the last 12, 15 minutes without 2 starters with foul trouble.
Right now also Castleton and McKissick on the bench. Here's Appleby, scoreless in the half. Felder spins in, rolls off. Gatkick trying to utilize that length. It goes out, and Texas Southern can hold for the final shot. As just SWAC this year, so they are as battle-tested as any team in the country going to conference play. Again, you look at that 0-7, and that is not the whole story for this team. Only 3 to play. Henry, the pull-up. He's got it. 10 points over 5 seasons. This is 4th year here at Texas Southern, picked to win the SWAC. Trying to find their first win of the year. Another backdoor cut, and it's Hopkins.
And Texas Southern starts the second frame, much like they played in the first frame. Easy points.
The exact fashion they got it in the first half off those backdoor cuts to the rim. Here's Fleming, only played 5 minutes in the first half and a turnover.
And just a lack of execution really on the pass. Again, Castleton is rolling to the basket, wide open.
John Jones throws it away. Head of the field, Fleming rises up, will lay it home.
That's the only bright spot for Florida. In the first half, they were +9 in points off turnovers.
Now 11-0 edge in points off turnovers. There's John Jones, the son of Johnny Jones, the head coach. Now we'll get a foul here on McKissick.
Well, I talked about Florida playing giveaway. Coming off the screen, Fleming, look, he's got Castleton wide open. Fake a pass to make a pass.
The second half against Florida. Substitution for Texas Southern, number 3, PJ Henry.
In the first half, Gators only had 5 minutes from Fleming, 7 minutes from DeRushi in early foul trouble. Starting out this second half on the floor. Walker got swatted out by DeRushi.
Can Florida win the first 4-minute segment?
John Walker, the Texas A&M transfer.
Just rises up, shot with confidence, leading scorer for the Tigers.
Spent 1 season there. This is his 3rd year here at Texas Southern. And a still stunned silence here at Exact Tech Arena. Jones playing bumper cars in the lane will get 2. See if they call this on the floor. Will be a baseline out of bounds.
Florida traditionally outstanding under Mike White in out under situations.
We'll get Gresham underneath.
Yeah, they were trying to establish a high-low look where Castleton had pinned Gresham. I think Gresham had his arm wrapped around Castleton, and for Gresham, I think that is his 3rd foul.
Indeed, his 3rd.
Wow, he missed DeRougy wide open underneath.
Castleton up high off the glass. Had to readjust in midair. Gators now come out with backcourt pressure. On the block for Gresham. Hooks over a double. Gators get a stop. This will be a foul on Gilliam.
Well, from the Florida perspective, you want to accumulate fouls early so that you can be the first team in the bonus. That way you get points at the line with the clock stopped. Now, I understand there's 18 minutes to go, and it's awfully early to talk that way, but that might come into play.
DeRougy gives it up. McKissick backdoor. DeRougy the slam.
Well, Florida finally goes, okay, if you can do that, so can we. A little Kansas cut along the baseline.
Texas Southern this year in second halves, they've averaged being outscored by 9 in the second half this year, so they've been a much better first half team. So we got a tripping foul here.
That last possession, watch DeRougy in the corner. He comes out of nowhere to your screen. That's what we used to call the Kansas cut, because it comes from the baseline side. His defender was so consumed with where the ball was, he had his back to DeRougy, lost sight of him.
And McKissick, the no-look dime, his first assist of the night. And the Gators string together good defensive possessions. They've done it all year. There's Mike White in his 7th season. Liked how shoot-around ended earlier today. Had a lot of energy, led by Brandon McKissick. He walked by me at shoot-around during stretch and said, that guy's infectious, isn't he? Talking about Brandon McKissick, getting everybody loud in shoot-around. Henry short on the 3.
See, even though Florida got beat, I think somebody got called for grabbing. I started to say, even though Florida kind of got lost on the play defensively, they made Texas Southern shoot a 3. This is a team that's only shooting 25.5% from bonus land. I'm going to see if they can make some.
Only averaging about 4 makes a game. That's only their 5th attempt tonight. As McKissick comes out, Appleby comes in. Now Walker. And another hand check foul. This will be the 14th foul.
Again, defenses play with your feet, not your hands. And when you put 2 hands on the guy with the ball, that is an automatic whistle.
Walker. Back tapped right to Henry. Pull up for a long 2. Again, rebounding tonight, heavily in favor of Texas Southern. 25-13 edge. Now 9 offensive rebounds, so only 4 for Florida. Henry the fend off with 5. Henry with 4. Walker with 1. Gets the roll.
Not known as a 3-point shooter. That's his 6th made 3 ball of the season.
with only 1 to shoot. And we'll have a foul here on Henry, so whistles aplenty here early in the second half.
But again, Kyle, I'm willing to live with Walker's shot. That's something that Johnny Jones's team does not rely on overwhelmingly.
Johnny Jones, going back to his first year, they won 24 games, Mark. They had 3 Power 5 wins. They beat Baylor, number 18, Oregon, Texas A&M. This program has done this before. Year, it's been one of their staples under Johnny Jones. First in the SWAC, top 60 nationally. Hopkins to the cup, scores.
That's taking advantage after you beat the press, attack. I love it.
Game best 13-point lead. Castleton with 8 tonight. Appleby is yet to score. That changes. That was creative.
Nice little spin move, really, with the basketball. English.
Trying to get this crowd into it right now, and the Rowdies right behind us. Still over 50% for the game are the Tigers. Walker to the ground. And Johnny Jones got a timeout.
Talk about your high degree of difficulty. Watch the English that Appleby puts on that ball. And it rolled around the rim to fall through.
I thought Johnny Jones called a timeout. Nope, just Texas Southern basketball. They maintained possession going off of Felder. Only 3 to shoot, taken away McKissick. All the way to the basket. Gilliam trailing, knocks it out of the arms of McKissick.
2-on-1, give it up and get it back.
The Gators trying to get it back, but Henry somehow, some way comes up with it. Frantic pace. Quick pop-a shot is in for Nicholas.
Boy, has he been impressive. What an ill-advised pass there.
Texas Southern can pull this off. Nicholas had one of the big moments, a dunk over Castleton in the first half. As we'll have a block.
I'm wondering how Nicholas is only averaging 11 points a game. I mean, he had 13 and 8 at La Tech coming off the bench. Had 16 earlier at Washington. But man, does he have explosive capabilities.
He was the first signee out of the state of Texas for Montana to start his career. He's had a long journey. This is senior season.
Good
3
look
different
by,
stops.
Sorry, Kyle. Good look by Jones.
Five players on the verge of double figures for the Tigers. 5 with 8 right now. Dispersed scoring. Again, deep in the shot clock. Hopkins gives it up. Nicholas up and around McKissick for 2.
Yeah, I think Florida might have to change the way they're defending the ball screen. Mike White needs a timeout and gets one. Troubles with the visitors tonight on the glass.
All 11 attempts coming in the first half. Gators have not offered up from 3 here in the first 6 and change of the second. Paint touch, Castleton. Nice control to float that one in.
I think Mike White is seeing the same numbers and going, okay, let's take a few possessions, pound it inside, 1 possession at a time.
John Jones beats the press. Transfer over from Nevada, was there with his father, who was associate head coach on that staff for 1 season.
You asked Johnny Jones about that today. He had a big smile on his face, didn't he?
That connection with his son. As Appleby on the break. Will launch on a 3. Last touch to Ruggie underneath, and there's a picture out there, Mark, that's on Johnny Jones's Twitter of all of his trips to the NCAA tournament, North Texas, LSU, and Texas Southern, of him and his son enjoying the moment. His first tournament for Johnny Jones was in 2007 with North Texas, and John Jones was only 8 years old at that time.
That last possession, that 3 by Appleby, I'm okay with that. He was under control. He's wide open. That's one you'd like to make.
Nicholas lost it. Jones will run. Jones will give it up to Ruggie. The step through. Castleton can't finish. A denial underneath. Appleby from the logo. The physicality from Jordan Carl Nicholas underneath.
My goodness, Nicholas owning block to block. Sensational rejection on Castleton. And then Appleby's 3 again was wide open. That's a good shot.
On the line, the Gators have never lost to a SWAC school. They're 26-0. Appleby, the takeaway, got fouled.
That's where John Jones, as in the player John Jones, dribbled to the corner in backcourt. That's a no-no. Against the press, you want to keep that ball in the middle third of the court to stay away from the sidelines. Appleby a little thievery in that corner, now gets to the free throw line.
First trip tonight for Tyree Appleby. And that ends a streak mark of 12 straight makes from the line.
Yeah, Appleby had made 40 of his last 41.
Yeah.
Florida players are thinking these are carnival rims.
Meanwhile, Fleming will come in.
Both teams have committed 16 fouls, so this is a long time to shoot the bonus for both clubs.
And still 12 and change to go.
This is where Florida is really undersized. 4 guards and DeRuggie.
And with that lack of depth behind Castleton, who comes out playing that much smaller lineup. Gilliam. Walker behind the back. Nicholas with 5. Backs in, the spin, and the touch.
Well, right now, he's the best player on the floor. Most impactful, I'll put it that way.
Last year was the 3rd leading scorer on the team. As Appleby turns it over, he's had an issue with that over the last couple.
See, the ball never went from one side of the floor to the other. That way you never change who is the help defender.
Gators' 9th giveaway. Patient half-court sets we've seen from the Tigers tonight, getting looks late in the shot clock. And looks for this man, Nicholas, who has a charge. Transfer from Stephen F. Austin, got a chance to come back to his home state. Castleton got pinned by Nicholas. Living up to the big stage here in Gainesville. Gilliam, cross-court pass, Henry, he got it.
What a great find by Gilliam, who kind of felt the double team and knew that the opposite corner was there.
Get the feeling they had to have that one from Jones. Jones only his 2nd attempt tonight. Does not have a 3-point make as Henry zipping in. It's now a 19-point game.
Oh, they just simply been fantastic in all phases.
7-0 Tiger run.
Now shooting 60% here in the 2nd frame.
Had to have it.
Nice feel and kick out that time by Castleton.
3rd made 3 tonight. He has all 3 made trays. Upstairs! Big time finish from Nicholas.
You just cannot chase the guard to the basket.
Fleming the fend off, Castleton the flush.
I feel like now we're watching the second quarter of an NBA game.
Almost turning into the
You
NBA
score,
All-Star
we
game.
score. Take a look at this. Chase the guard to the basket. You put the defensive post player in no man's land. That was Castleton. And Nicholas catches that. Watch this, one-handed. Oh my goodness, he just kind of forces it in.
Off the fingertips. As Henry traveled. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, once he went to one knee, you cannot get up with the ball.
Can Texas Southern in this environment do enough to close it out? They have done so to this point in the last 10 and change. Still a lot of time to go. There's Johnny Jones looking for another statement win. Castleton can't find another bucket. Had 3 Power 5 wins his first year. Baylor, number 18, Oregon, Texas A&M. So he's beaten an SEC team before with Texas Southern. Henry on the switch with Castleton. Swatted out, emphatic block from number 12.
Second in the SEC in blocks per game. Can Florida have a great possession defensively late?
There's Walker. Castleton, a strong rebound.
It's a great, oh, what a bad pass that was.
Ill-advised decision from Appleby.
I just was about to brag on Castleton because he challenged the shot and went back and got the rebound.
Hopkins. Castleton can't corral it. Refresh on the shot clock to 20. Hopkins up and under. Nicholas there, can't corral it. This team can sense it right now. They're playing with an incredible high energy.
I think the only way Florida crawls back in this is to have good offensive possessions, inside look, but an outside finish. They're going to have to make some threes.
And still 3 of 15 from the arc, only 1 make in this half. Castleton. Now 0 of 13 in his career from 3. Still searching for that first make. Nicholas into. Here you see the rebounding numbers in our game summary. 34-17. Gators out rebounded by 17 boards tonight. Walker splits a pair, but underneath it's Gresham.
Ball has kind of bounced that way, hasn't it?
McKissick in isolation. Underneath, will head to the line.
Now this is the other way that could benefit Florida. Get to the free throw line with the clock stopped. But it won't really matter if you can't pick up stops and get rebounds on the other end.
And also tonight have not shot it well from the line, just 4 of 9.
He'll shoot 2 shots.
And the struggles continue. Myron Jones will come in. They hope for instant offense off the bench. Appleby comes out. Also Felder comes on, and Castleton gets a rest. DeRougie can't find the stick back, and nothing out of that trip.
How about the block, though, by Walker? Has Texas Southern done some rim protection today, or what?
Average about 3.5 blocks a game. They have 3 tonight.
Seems like they have 30.
Hopkins. Walker late in the shot clock. Henry speeds through off the glass. And Felder controls. Tarugi. You bet.
See, that's a good decision by Fleming, who stopped literally and did not force the issue. Draw defenders, find a teammate.
Ends a scoring drought of over 3 minutes. Just the Gators' 4th made three. They're 8 of 41 in the last 2 games combined from 3. Hopkins, Henry with 1. He buries it.
How good has he been in late clock situations?
Back to 19 points, and every time the Gators have had a bucket, Texas Southern has had an answer. 16 tonight for Henry.
What a job by Johnny Jones and his club to come in here with the kind of road warrior mentality that they have had to play with. And as we mentioned, they don't have a home game until January 8th.
Yeah, their first 2 conference games are on the road as well, so even the SWAC didn't help them out. They're on the road for a while. Henry leads all scorers tonight with 16. Again, late in the clock. Swatted out by Felder. That went off Felder with only 1 to shoot.
Take another look. Another late clock situation. Felder blocks it, but it goes off his leg.
Has to be a quick trigger. Taken away by Fleming. Just lost it. Not fouled by Gilliam.
He really caught a break because he dribbled to trouble.
Texas Southern foul number 11.
Now 2 shots coming up. 10 team fouls for Texas Southern, so the Gators will have 2 the rest of the way.
At the line for Florida, Flanders Fleming Jr. He'll shoot 2 shots.
Fleming with 17 against Oklahoma, 14 of which came in the first half. Now with only 3, was saddled with early foul trouble that forced him to play only 7 minutes in the first half.
We'll see if you can't force the issue, get a steal, but their free throw shooting has been atrocious.
Just nothing's working for this team tonight.
Yeah, I like the run and jump, double team, do something.
It'll be a 10-second call.
10-second backcourt violation. Florida basketball.
Yeah, I just don't think you can allow Johnny Jones's team to take the clock inside 5 on every possession. So I like the adjustment, the run and jump. Now this is one of those strange new rules because Florida gets the ball. Because the violation was in backcourt, that means they only have 20 to work with.
Appleby investigative drive. Fleming in rhythm. We went to their shoot-around, Texas Southern shoot-around earlier today, and it was...
I want to thank you for doing these games with me this year, but I really appreciate you wearing that suit tonight. But Texas Southern has been the better team tonight from start to finish.
Just dominance on the glass, defensive stop, scoring late in the clock in the paint. Gilliam, tough look with 1. Gresham cleans it up, and another second chance opportunity. 17 second chance points to only 3 for Florida tonight.
Yeah, that's plus 16 now, points in the paint.
We saw that 41-19 edge in rebounding, 14-6 on the offensive glass. Fleming. The Gators will have a quick turnaround, and I think that's probably a good thing for them. North Florida coming up on Wednesday before they head to Brooklyn on Sunday.
A completely different team in North Florida. But
Foul on Fleming, that's his fourth, and Henry going to the line to try to extend this to 20. 16 tonight for PJ Henry, and you can't say enough. Somebody who's been battling with a leg issue, coming off the bench and providing a spark for this team. It was a 1-and-1 situation, so Henry goes one and done. McKissick trying to get points with the clock stopped.
Well, that's what you want. A potential and one opportunity. Take another look. McKissick coming right at you. Tried to look it in, absorb the contact, get to the free throw line.
At the line for Florida.
And that frustration from McKissick shared throughout this team tonight. Some fans heading to the exits.
Texas Southern has done such a good job of controlling the tempo on the road. Florida's only attempted 47 shots in the game. It's kind of been, if it could go wrong, it went wrong, because remember in the first half, the foul difficulties. So Florida got caught shorthanded. So you got foul difficulties, a poor shooting night, and then you play an opponent who's probably played their best game of the year.
And that has been battle tested. We've said it over and over again. They've played some really good teams for the first 7. And they've come close on multiple occasions. Walker cruising through.
But it doesn't make any difference if you play 25 good seconds of defense and don't play the last 5.
Your thoughts, Mark, on just the overall offense tonight and just the ball movement that I guess we haven't seen from Florida tonight.
Well, early on, I thought it was pretty good, and they just missed shots.
Yeah.
And when you miss shots, it makes everything look bad.
Continuing to pile on is Walker now with 13, 42 points in the paint.
Well, if the Gator team needed to wake up, perhaps this is it.
And there are moments like this for most teams around the country where you have those eye-opening games.
Well, you know, I had a friend in coaching who used to talk to me this way about it, and I mentioned it with Johnny Jones today. You basically play around 34 games by the time you postseason and whatnot. 2 of those games you're going to play lights out, no rhyme or reason. 2 of those games you're going to play really poorly. Well, hopefully this is one of Florida's 2. And then you live in the other 30. How do you perform in the other 30?
And Mike White said, how do we respond after that loss to Oklahoma? Now the question is, how do they respond after this stunning loss here at home in dominant fashion starting Wednesday? Quick turnaround.
They're going to have to clean up some things on the defensive end, because Oklahoma got what they wanted on offensively, and Texas Southern in the first half backdoored Florida to death.
Gilliam the step back. McKissick hits the 3,
and it's a new look SWAC with Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman. Actually, Texas Southern will be making another trip to the state of Florida in February in league play.
And early in February they'll be back. What a coaching job by Johnny Jones tonight. 5 seasons at LSU. Jones will just stop and pop. 0 of 3 tonight for Myron Jones. To the arc, Jones again. And Tarugi underneath. Just window dressing at this point.
I've got to believe the foul problems by Tarugi was really important in the first half. He may be the one guy Florida cannot do without right now.
Again, Mike White not able to utilize his depth and get the opportunity for others to see minutes. Tonight, It was all about Texas Southern and Jordan Carl Nicholas. Dominant. Led for over 31 minutes as Hopkins goes to work with one. And a shot clock violation, final 8 seconds here. Johnny Jones in the NCAA tournament last year, and Texas Southern, their first win of the year, a shocker